So you might be wondering why I'm making this right now. I made that rant video about the extended series.
I'm dying.
And it's 1 a.m. as I'm making this. It's just really random. So I thought I'd get this off of my chest. So what I'm trying to do is trying to make these little segments where I talk about some things I'm really interested in, or something that I want to bring to the table that I've never brought to the table before, sort of thing. So it's going to be a new thing I'm going to be introducing to the James Ramblin' Show. Saga, I guess you could call it. As you all know, the music episode we featured things like Metallica, Pink Floyd, how I got into tons of rap music, how that all sparkled up. But I feel like since I never mentioned some absolutely great bands out there, I thought I would just make this segment to talk about it, because I never had enough time to talk about it on the show. I should have talked about it on the show. So the two bands that I want to talk about today, or tonight, or this morning, or whenever you're seeing this right now, is the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. So the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, they're like one of the most famous bands to ever exist. They've had so many albums, they've had so much success. The Beatles have had a documentary, you know, they're all around the world, okay? They literally are known by everybody and your mother, right? Your grandmother probably knows who this is, your cousin probably knows who this is, your stepsister knows who this is, you know, every person you know, you hate, you disagree with, you don't like, or you just have no idea who they are, they definitely know who Pink Floyd is, or Beatles, or Rolling Stones, okay? I did not mean to say Pink Floyd, sorry, I'm just really into the band. So, I know I ramble so much, but I just need to get to the point. I'm really sorry. It's kind of late at night and my mind's all over the place. I'm sorry about that. But let's get straight into this. Right, the Beatles, right? Arguably just one of the greatest bands. You're talking back in the USSR. Obladi, oblada, here comes the sun. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da da. You're talking some absolute upbeat music right here. Now that doesn't go without saying that obviously the Beatles are gonna have that time where they got into those depressing songs, but the Beatles, compared to something like Pink Floyd for example, they definitely show more of a positive energy to it. Pink Floyd, however, they have a whole reputation of having depressing songs. However, they nailed the coffin on that. I don't even need to go back into that, okay? I already went in enough on that, because that was what I thought. That's how I seen that, and that's how I sort of took away how Pink Floyd did it so well, how they perfected such an amazing way to make an amazing set of music, or in this case, to be honest, you can call me a psychopath, a boomer, I don't care. Art. The genuine music they made was absolute art. So the Beatles, right? The bands and the album's actually what I mentioned for this band is remastered 1968, because I mentioned back in the USSR, oh blah dee da, oh blah dee da do 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 da. I'm trying to say it in a different way as possible, because I don't want to get it copy striked, obviously. So we have that, we have those songs, Abbey Road, Here Comes the Sun, doo 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 doo. This is some albums I want to share about the Beatles, this side of the episode or the segment. So we got that, Let It Be. Let It Be is a great song and it's got a great album. Please, Please Please Me. Now I remember liking all of those songs on Spotify and that album. I don't remember a lot about it. I just remember like how amazing that was. With the Beatles, that was just amazing. Like the Beatles, man, I just love the Beatles. That's basically the takeaway of this. So Rolling Stones, I should probably start talking about that before this gets too long and I'm just rambling too much. So, Goathead Soup, Exile on Main Street, Brown Sugar, Out of the Heads. So if you're wondering why I was looking down there, I did actually take some notes, but it's not going to be the entire thing. I'm not going to be like, oh, so like today we're gonna do this, and I'm not gonna do that because I know this is a podcast. But do you want to see somebody just looking down at their phone with Google Docs in front of them? No, of course not. So you just take little notes so you remember what I'm gonna say, okay? Oh, I am so crazy, man. Staying inside really has turned me into some strange person, that's for sure. So yeah, Goathead Soup, Angie, there is like so many songs I could mention right now that the Rolling Stones have made and made well enough to the point where it's just so great. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave this for now, because this is sort of an experimental series I'm doing right now. So if you like this sort of new type of style I'm trying to go with, where I try to find a different way to convey a message of something that I really enjoy but want to turn it into a little tiny video for you sort of thing, then don't forget to comment about that. Right, I never say comment, like, share, subscribe, but if you want to see more of that, just go and do that, because that will help it. This series start to have more of that sort of thing. This is definitely a series that I'm more willing to do than the extended series now. I want to do this whole thing where, obviously as I'm mentioning this, right, this is the first time I mention this, but it's such an interesting idea. So I hope you enjoyed tuning into this. I might put this on Spotify, to be honest, so I have something else there for you to listen to. So yeah, goodbye. See you on Friday, Saturday, whatever time you're up at, for the James Ramblin' Show episode 13, where I'm gonna just tell you in that episode what I'm covering. I'm gonna save it for then, because that makes more sense, because I don't want to ruin the surprise, okay? So yeah, I'm too good at rambling nowadays, so I'm just guilt tripping. My brain is actually tripping itself. Ooh, my brain is like monkey activated mode. Bye.